You know, like I can't believe that's coming out of my body. Pregnancy is such a beautiful thing. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is Beauty with a Hammer. I'm Carla, and I am a first-time mamacita. So I am going to be giving you guys in this video a first trimester update. I'm going to be going over symptoms, best, worst part of my first trimester, unexpected things. I'm also going to be talking to you guys about some TMI things. So if you don't want to know all that juiciness, I suggest you click out of this video right now because it's gonna get there. We're gonna get there today. So let's get started. All right, you guys. So I want to talk about symptoms. I want to talk about my first trimester symptoms because my first trimester was a little rough, and I want to tell you guys all about it. So I got my little notepad in here because pregnancy brain is a thing. Even though I got two brains in my body, I never felt dumber, okay? First thing that I noticed, even before I knew I was pregnant, was extreme tiredness. Before I knew I was pregnant, like I was working out like 5 to 6 times a week, like increasing my weights. I was really trying to get extremely fit, and guys, like my body was rocking. And so I thought like, oh man, I'm feeling extremely tired because like I'm going up on my weights, you know, I'm bulking up. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't bulking up. I was getting all kinds of toned. But anyway, I was thinking maybe I'm really, really tired because I have been putting in all this extra time into working out. Little did I know I was actually creating a human. But like, I am a nurse. I work in an outpatient surgery center, so I would literally go to work. I go in from like 6 to 3 to 4 o'clock. I get off, and then I would normally come home and just be on the go, like doing things. I was making soaps. I was making my YouTube channel. I had all, you know, I'd clean the house. I would work out. Like I would be like going till like 10, 11 at night, and then I'd do it all over again. I would literally come home from work and just sleep. Like I would eat dinner and then I'd be out until the next morning, like literally sleeping like 10 plus hours. I found out I was pregnant at 4 weeks, and at that point I feel like my brain just kind of was like, oh, you pregnant, now we gonna bring on the symptoms. And so instead of experiencing morning sickness, I began to experience evening sickness, which it was a blessing because I work so early in the morning throughout the day that I was so blessed that I wasn't sick at work. But that as soon as I came home, that's when the sickness came. It felt, you guys, like I was hungover, but I didn't have the experience of having fun the night before, if you know what I mean. I did have a couple of things that helped with my evening sickness, and so I'm going to share those with you guys. And so for me, saltine crackers were my best friend. Like I had to have saltine crackers in like first thing I woke up in the morning. I would have saltine crackers. I would carry saltine crackers with me, just because it was like something that I could have, and it was something that would help a little bit calm down my nausea. The other thing that really helped is I had read about C-bands, and so if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this is a C-band. People use these to, you know, when they go on cruises or when, you know, you're gonna go out fishing on a boat. It helps to calm like that nauseated feeling. And so I am a nurse, and so most of the C-bands are made out of like cloth, and I was going to be washing my hands all the time, especially with this coronavirus. I was like, I need something that isn't going to stay wet during the day, that I can work if I need to, if it becomes morning sickness, and that I can wear, and they're going to be easy to clean and really cute. So I found these off of Amazon, you guys, and they're like a silicone base here, and they're easy to clean. They come in super cute patterns. I chose this one. And basically it's like a pressure point. So as you guys can see, this little bump, you place it 3 fingers below your wrist, and that is where the pressure point goes. Now it comes with 2, so you have to wear both of them. But this, you guys, was a huge lifesaver for me during the first trimester when I was just like super nauseated. The other thing that really worked for me were these little ginger candies. Now I got these off of Amazon, and they're ginger peach flavor. Now these little candies I would suck on if I was like You know, I could feel like I was about to go into an episode, and I could take one of these and it would just kind of help me get through it without having to take any medication. So these were definitely something I would recommend. Like those little frozen popsicles, I would suck on those. I would eat those. Anything cold, really. Another lifesaver was Powerade and Gatorade, but it had to be like really cold. I got to a point where I began to freeze my Powerade or my Gatorade in ice cubes, and I would just like crush it and just snack on that anytime I felt like I was nauseated. It would help to calm that nausea feeling down. When I told my OB I was having a lot of nausea, she did prescribe Zofran. And so I know some OBs do not recommend Zofran just because they say that it may cause some heart defects early on in the pregnancy. My OB said there's not enough research to back that up and that Zofran is totally fine. So you guys, I was popping these like candy. Let me tell you, warning, they don't tell you this when you get prescribed Zofran, causes constipation. I was already like a constipated person before pregnancy, but add pregnancy hormones that slow everything down, like all your digestive systems. Like I was miserable, like the bloating, the constipation. I was just like, and if you like know anything about constipation, like the last thing you want to do is like sit on the toilet and push like super hard, because then you're gonna get like hemorrhoids, right? And so homegirl was like, I'm gonna try to avoid hemorrhoids. So in order to relieve some of this constipation, what I started doing was taking some fiber gummies. I bought these at HEB. Taking a stool softener. I started taking Colace twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. And I also started adding Miralax. Yeah, I started to feel like, you know, oh man, this is what the golden years are gonna feel like when I'm in a nursing home. I'm gonna be like, you know, that one patient that is on like every medication for constipation. So I started adding Miralax into my drinks and my Powerade. It doesn't taste like anything, so it was perfect. And then occasionally, you guys, like I hadn't pooped in like 5 days and my stomach like out to here, and it's just a miserable feeling. I would have to add this little guy right here. This little guy was my lifesaver. Sometimes I would down like 60 mLs of this. I think the recommended dose, it was like, you know, one of those little caps, 30 mLs. But if it's like, it says, but if you're like severely constipated, you can do 2 of those. I have to do 2 of those, you guys. And then in the next morning, I would have like relief. But yeah, like constipation for me was a huge problem in the first trimester, and this is how I was able to deal with it. Not just constipation, but also the smelly farts, you guys. Like the farts were freaking nasty. Like try smelling a fart from a pregnant woman. That like smells horrible. Like making a human smells, you guys. Like I don't know, I was like, dang, my body, it's trying to like kill me up in here with these smells. But yeah, like so much gas and it smells horrible. Like just, I know that's a little TMI, but I'm just being honest with you guys. Enough about my poop and my bodily gases. We'll move on to the next symptom. My blood sugars were constantly dropping. Again, I attributed to this to the fact that I had been working out almost every day, increasing my weight. So I was like, maybe I'm not eating enough. But that low blood sugar feeling, like where you just feel like you're gonna pass out, like you're dizzy, like, you know, like you just feel weak, lasted through the first trimester. And what I had to do was basically eat every 2 hours in order to avoid that low blood sugar feeling, which was very new for me because I was not used to eating every 2 hours before pregnancy. Like before pregnancy, I was intermittent fasting, and so my first meal would not be until like 11 o'clock. And so this is something very new, to be eating every 2 hours. Like I literally had to force myself or to eat something, or I was gonna feel horrible. Like I was gonna feel these low blood sugar symptoms. But what started happening in my first trimester that was really annoying was I started waking up to pee like 3 to 4 times a night. Okay, so I would pee like a lot, and not only would I wake up to go to the bathroom, but I was also waking up like super hungry. And so I started eating during the nighttime. Like I would eat just like a regular meal because I was so hungry. I was just like, I know I'm making a baby, but for real though, like homegirl's gonna be gaining a whole lot of weight if I keep this up. My first thoughts are like, why am I peeing so much? Not only was I peeing during the night, but I was peeing like literally throughout the whole day. I would pee like every 5 minutes, and I'm thinking, okay, as a nurse, I'm like, maybe I have a bladder infection, but it wasn't a bladder infection. But literally I would drink like a sip of water, and then 5 minutes later I'd have to go to the bathroom. But in pregnancy, as your blood volume increases and as your kidneys are starting to work, you know, double time, basically, you're making a human. It wants to excrete all of the waste as quickly as possible. And so in my mind, I was like, this baby's like the size of a little olive. Like there is no way like this baby is putting pressure on my bladder at this moment. And so I started researching, I started looking it up, and I never experienced any heartburn or any headaches, but I did experience those crazy vivid dreams that pregnant women are always talking about, and they always mention. Like my dreams were like, felt so real that I would literally wake up and be crying, or I would wake up and be angry. Like one time I had a dream that my husband was cheating on me, and it was like a whole elaborate story. Like I literally woke up and I was like so mad at my husband for like the entire day. Another thing I feel like is super cliche with pregnant women is their heightened sense of smell. Now for me, yes, you guys. I could smell everything, you guys, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so that's not always a good thing, especially when you feel like you're gonna throw up. Like to smell things, you're just like, ooh, like, okay, who opened that refrigerator door? Or whose, you know, smelly armpits do I smell? Like whose bad breath do I smell right now? Because there's nobody near me right now. So I never really experienced in my first trimester, you know, like you have like a pregnant woman and she sees like a cute commercial of a dog and just like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like I never experienced that. I actually feel like I experienced the opposite. Like I feel instead of getting like super emotional and sensitive, like I got mean, you guys. I became a mean girl. I was like a mean girl. Like if I had, like normally I keep my mouth shut, like I try not to stir the pot or anything, but I feel like if I had something to say, like I was gonna say it. If something bothered me, I was gonna speak up for myself. And so that definitely surprised me because I've never been one to do anything like that. I've always tried to keep the peace. But like seriously, you guys, like I was mean. Scaring myself sometimes. I'm like, ooh, dang, girl, that you? Carla, is that you? Now, I belong to the IBTC club. So if you don't know what that means, it's basically the itty bitty titty committee. My boobs just got like so much bigger. But with that, you know, that was the plus, like bigger boobs. But the downside was like, oh my gosh, you guys, like my boobs hurt. Like my nipples were super sore. I know, TMI, but like literally I said goodbye to bras and hello to sports bras. Definitely I did experience the nipple soreness, the boob tenderness. Yeah, so that wasn't fun, but I can't say that I'm complaining about the boob growth. That's a plus. I definitely like that part. But let's talk about cravings. Now, I had horrible cravings. I wanted all kinds of fast food, like horrible food. I never crave no Taco Bell. Like, yuck. Like, I don't like Taco Bell, period. And literally, I was like, I need to have Taco Bell now. So things that are so bad for you, like, you know, you think you're gonna be eating, you're supposed to be eating healthy. Like, no, I did not want any of it. Like, all I wanted was these horrible foods. I loved having coffee. Coffee was like part of my morning ritual. Once I became pregnant, like I had an aversion like to coffee. Like I did not want to drink coffee. Like it made me feel like I was gonna throw up. The other thing is, before pregnancy, I was like, I had a huge sweet tooth. Like sweets was something that was my weakness. And once I got pregnant, that completely changed. Like I wanted all salty stuff, probably why I craved fast food all the time, because I really wanted and craved that saltiness. So enough about symptoms. I want to talk about the best part of my first trimester. So for me, the best part, other than finding out that I am obviously pregnant, would be when I was able to tell my husband that we were pregnant. That was such a beautiful moment. And also being able to tell my immediate family, like our immediate family, that we were pregnant. But then we all had to keep it a secret for like 2 months. So I didn't reveal to, all like friends and family and social media that I was pregnant until I was 3 months pregnant. Definitely, guys, like the secret to just like tell everybody, because we were so excited, was so hard to keep in. As I'm wrapping this up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my first trimester update. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any comments, don't forget to leave those below. Let me know how your first trimester has been, what you're going through. If you're a first-time mom, don't forget to continue to follow me. I will be giving up some more updates of a second trimester. All right, guys, love you.